The screen flickers, bathing the audience in pulses of neon light. A kaleidoscope of images surges across the frame. Neanderthals huddled around a roaring fire, their rough hands tearing into slabs of sizzling mammoth meat. Aztec merchants barter in a market filled with cocoa pods, their skins shifting in iridescent colors not found in nature. A Roman feast stretches into infinity, where cybernetic senators sip from chalices that glow with an eerie phosphorescence. A voice, smooth, artificial, yet carrying an undercurrent of something almost human, speaks over the imagery. Every bite you take is a timeline collapsing. The vision fractures. Dr. Ilara Voss strides into the frame, the sterile white of her lab chef hybrid attire reflecting the cool glow of the studio's hovering holoscreens. Her silver-threaded apron glints as she approaches the Multiverse Pantry, a towering vault of floating orbs, each pulsating with the light of a history that never came to be. Some glow softly, others flicker erratically, like dying stars. She turns to the audience, her voice carrying the weight of something between scientific discovery and religious prophecy. Tonight, we resurrect flavors that never were, but could have been. A silence lingers. Then the pantry hums to life. Ilara moves through the levitating archive, plucking an orb from the air. It shivers at her touch, its light shifting through shades of deep blue and umber. Neanderthal fermented mammoth milk, she announces. The orb cracks open to reveal a swirling mist, rich and dense, smelling of frostbitten tundras and primal hunger. Blue cheese meets existential triumph. Another orb, this one crystalline, refracts the studio lights into fractured rainbows. Atlantis spice bloom, she continues. The mist that pours forth carries the scent of salt and something more elusive, a ghost of longing, of civilization swallowed whole. This tastes like the concept of regret. The third orb pulses with an artificial sheen. Silk Road, algorithmic saffron. The projection behind her shifts to an alternate timeline, one where the Mongol Empire digitized its economy, trading spices through a network of early AI merchants. Cultivated by a rogue algorithm that believed in beauty more than efficiency. The orbs hover expectantly. The viewers must choose. A poll launches in real time, a stream of comments flooding the overlay. Mammoth milk, let's taste what survival feels like. Nah, Atlantis spice, we owe it to history. Saffron AI, tell me we're not letting a machine cook for us now. As the world debates, Ilara welcomes Dr. Lila Rao, a quantum physicist, onto the stage. Lila, dressed in casual academia, her glasses slightly askew, a cup of coffee in hand, leans against the counter. Culinary superposition, she explains. These ingredients exist in multiple realities until we observe them. Schrödinger's cat, but spicier. The poll closes. A decision is made. Atlantis Spice Bloom wins. The lights dim. The orb pulses, its glow intensifying until it bursts in a silent explosion of golden mist. The screen behind Ilara shifts, revealing a CGI vision of Atlantis. Its towers glistening beneath an aquamarine sky, its people draped in garments woven from the shimmer of deep-sea pearls. Chefs stand at vast cauldrons, grinding the spice bloom into pastes and powders, their movements rhythmic, almost ritualistic. For a moment, the vision wavers. Then Atlantis begins to sink. Ilara breathes in the spice's newly corporeal form. She grinds it between her fingers, releasing a scent that is both intoxicating and unsettling. Its terroir is complex, volcanic vents, drowned philosophers, a civilization that never learned to swim. A historian, Professor Amir Khoury, steps into the frame. His expression is skeptical, his words careful. Lost flavors reflect lost cultures, he says. Is extinction just a failure of imagination? The room sits in quiet contemplation. The kitchen hums with precision. Ilara crafts the paradox consommé, a broth so clear it seems to refract time itself. It is served in edible geodes, irregular crystals that shatter into fragments upon contact, releasing wisps of fragrant steam. The scent twists and shifts with memory. As the first volunteer sips, their expression wavers between laughter and sorrow. "It's like my childhood," one murmurs, "but underwater." The audience watches, enraptured. Then a voice cuts through the moment. An indigenous food activist stands. Their expression is firm. "This is gastronomic colonialism," they argue. "You are resurrecting flavors with no regard for the people who created them." Ilara exhales. But what if it's restorative? She gestures to the floating viewer demographics chart, a cold algorithmic breakdown of the global vote. Western audiences dominated the decision. The Atlantis bloom was not chosen by those who might have once claimed it. "We taste the past," she says quietly, "but the future tastes us." The lights flicker.